Okay, let's see your snuggly butt, your game face.
Okay, ready when y'all are. Ready when y'all are. Oh, come on. Ready when y'all are. Come in.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Hey,
How are
I'm
you
Ben
doing?
Wells with NetSuite.
Ben, nice to meet you. Come
How
on
you
in.
doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Oh man. Well, as I was walking in, I saw that y'all were doing some construction, and growing a little bit. What do you contribute all of your growth to with your business?
Growth, well, of course, that's a longer story than we could address here, but we just try to give our customers what they need and,
Yeah.
treat them right and let them know we appreciate the business and that sort of thing, and people appreciate it.
No, that's great. Well, first of all, I just really want to thank you so much for your time and
Sure.
just with all of my phone calls with your receptionist and everyone. I have nothing but good things to say about them. And,
Okay, well, great. I'm glad it's been a good experience so far.
Absolutely.
What are you here to try to sell me today?
Well, I'm here to talk about NetSuite. But first of all, really just looking at just my previous just experience with your company so far, I've just seen nothing but great people, and really what I'm here to do is really give you a great product and try to pair great people with a great product, and hopefully we can have great business. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds good. Let me hear what you have to say.
Absolutely. Well, I know that your time is very valuable. We talked about earlier that 20 minutes would be about the time of our appointment here. Does that still sound good?
That's good. You bet.
Okay, well, great. Well, first of all, I want to start just with a few questions. Just to kind of clarify, I've done some homework on your company so far, just to clarify those things, and then maybe see if y'all are having any problems with your current software system, and then see if NetSuite could be a possibly good fit for you. How does that sound?
Sound pretty good. Go right ahead.
Alrighty. Well, first question I have is, what if you were to make a switch in a software system like NetSuite? What would that decision process look like, or who would be the main decision makers?
Well, I mean, I'm one of the main decision makers. I'm not the sole decision maker. The owners, Barbara and Barry Boudreau, are the final decision makers.
Mm-hmm.
But we generally collaborate as a group and take a look at what's offered, see what the cost is.
Okay.
Compared to the potential benefit.
Mm-hmm.
They do sometimes. If I feel strongly about something and feel it's a good value for the company, they'll sometimes I'll go ahead and make a decision without them. But I have to be very convinced, and it has to be a pretty good value for us for me to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, if you were going to go throughout that process, how long do you think that would take?
Well, I mean, it depends. Again, it's hard to say. It depends on the cost. Sometimes I'll make a decision right on the spot if I find that the cost is if it's cost effective for us.
Okay. All
Sometimes, if I'm not sure, I'll wait and talk with them. They could take 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's going to depend on the cost and how effective I believe it could be.
Okay. Whenever we're kind of just talking about your company a little bit, what would you say that some of your long-term goals would be as a company?
The long-term goal, most important goal to us, would be to retain existing accounts. Make sure we don't lose any accounts.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so whenever we're looking at just this type of software, NetSuite, are you familiar with it at all?
No, I mean, I've never used it. I've heard of it. Barbara Boudreau spoke highly of it. She apparently spoke with someone and knows a little bit about it. She had a pretty favorable opinion, but I don't know much about it myself. I've never used it.
Okay. And whenever we're talking about the software, what current system are you using right now?
Well, it's a kind of proprietary system that was developed for us specifically by a company called Pinnacle.
Okay.
They designed it to meet our needs, and we combined it with Microsoft Outlook to try to expand the capabilities to get some CRM, data management, contact management function out of it too.
Okay, and so whenever you're looking at Pinnacle and Outlook, have there been any things that you're unsatisfied with those two softwares?
Yeah, well, they haven't worked well together, and to make it even worse, we're not going to be able to use this Pinnacle software after this summer. They've been acquired by another company. They discontinued that area of the business, so we're kind of in the market to have to make a change of some kind anyway.
Oh yeah, so definitely put some urgency on your decision a little bit, huh? Yeah. Okay.
So it hasn't worked all that well anyway. We've kind of outgrown
Yeah, okay. And so what we talked about earlier, I asked you what your long-term goal would be. So whenever we're looking at the main just goals of a company, it usually falls between three different things. And you said that that's maintaining your current accounts. Is that correct?
So we want to retain existing accounts. We want to make sure we don't lose any.
Okay, yeah. So with that being your main goal right now, what is keeping you from doing that right now?
For meeting the goal, well, our sales force is just not been very effective or efficient. We need some kind of software system that will enable them to do their job better. We've got to have better time management from them. The old cliche, they got to work smart instead of hard.
Absolutely.
So they spend more time with key accounts, that sort of thing.
Okay. Are there any other things that might be keeping you from doing that?
Well, that pretty much, does it. If they can spend more time with key accounts and take care of the customer's business and, just have better time management, better tracking of processes.
Okay.
It all kind of ties in together there.
Okay.
I've got to tell you one thing. Companies like dependability.
Absolutely. And I completely understand where you're coming from. And that is something that some people definitely have a concern about. And whenever you're looking, I have a testimonial here from Euphoria. It's Sherry Jones. She just talked about really how I assisted her through the process, but along with that, how well NetSuite was implemented into their company and how much it helped them.
Well, that's not really what I was getting at. She didn't ask what I was getting at. My point was I've been told that NetSuite has very poor, very unreliable customer service. When people call in, it takes a long time to get a call answered, and the people that answer the phones are not very knowledgeable.
Okay, that's very interesting that you have heard that. So kind of what I'm getting is that really you've just heard from other people that whenever they call, that it's not necessarily the best experience for them, and that the people that are answering aren't very knowledgeable. Is that correct?
That's what I heard.
Okay. Well, it's understandable, but NetSuite offers a 24-hour call line that will be answered really at any point. And along with that, you can call that line, but I will give you this proposition here that I will be willing to answer any of your questions or any of your phone calls if we were to implement this system, and I would love to help you through the transition into NetSuite if you were to choose to do so, and I would be there willing to help at any time. Does that satisfy your concern?
It does, yes.
Okay, great. Let's just leave that there. Okay, so what do you think, whenever we're going back to just the main problem that you were having with retaining your existing accounts is just your time management with your salespeople, is that correct?
Well, it's those things I've already mentioned. They need
Yes,
better
sir.
time management so they can work smarter instead of harder, spend more time with key accounts,
Yes, sir.
and make sure they track everything related to the customer so nothing falls between the cracks.
Absolutely. And so I know that you are going to stop using the system that you're using right now, but if you were to maintain on this track of not getting more organized and allowing them to work smarter instead of harder, what do you think would happen? What would be the consequence of not retaining some of these existing accounts?
Well, if we don't do the things I mentioned, we are probably going to lose an account. We lost one big account already, and we can't lose another one.
Okay.
So if we're going to retain our current accounts, our salespeople have to be able to have better skills and be able to spend more time and have better tools to work with.
Absolutely. Okay. And so, what if I were to tell you that NetSuite could offer a lot of benefits to your company that could really solve this problem that you're having with just time management with your company or with your sales reps, and so that they could work smarter instead of harder? Is that something that you'd be interested in?
You asked me what I would say. I'd say, well, show me, prove it to me.
All right. So next, I would like to just kind of dive into a demonstration on the computer. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. Go right ahead.
Alrighty. Well, I forgot to give this to you earlier. Here's my business card.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I'll hang on to that in case I need to give you a call.
Okay, well, great. So here, if you look at the computer, oh, I'm sorry. Let's see, some technical difficulties.
NetSuite make a computer crash?
No, it did not. No, I'm sorry. That was a little malfunction with PowerPoint right there. So whenever we're kind of diving into NetSuite, there's three main parts of NetSuite, which is the CRM, e-commerce, and your accounting. And what I want to mainly focus on today is the CRM Plus, which is the customer relationship management.
Okay.
Okay. NetSuite as a company was founded in 1998. We have 600 plus employees, and we have over 5,400 customers, which makes us the largest, or allows us to have the largest base of integrated on-demand customers. And they have been very satisfied, as shown in many letters that we have received. We are publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and we have 9 offices worldwide. So, in this demonstration, I want to talk about three main questions. And that's, what is NetSuite? Why should you use NetSuite, and how do you use it? Does that sound good?
Sounds pretty good. Go ahead.
Alrighty. So, what is NetSuite? NetSuite is one integrated system to manage your business. And so, whenever we're looking at a business, you usually see the front office, which would be your customer relationship between people, and then your accounting, which is the back office, and then your the e-commerce, which is your website version of your company.
What does ERP stand for? What is ERP?
That is the accounting side of your company.
And what does ERP mean?
That is the I'm sorry, that's just the accounting side of your company. And so whenever we look at this, we see that this can fully integrate your business, because whenever all three of these things are together, that can allow you to make quicker, faster, and more effective and efficient decisions the first time without having to learn from your mistakes. So is that something that you would be interested in?
Well, I mean, that sounds pretty good. I mean, it'd be nice to learn from mistakes and
absolutely
do better next time.
Yeah, maybe we can catch it before you even have the mistake,
maybe
right?
So, that'd be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so why use NetSuite? Whenever we're looking at why we should use NetSuite, we usually want to look at one of our competitors, which is Salesforce.com. And you look here, here's a circle of going from a lead all the way to a suspect, okay? And that is the customer life cycle of just the progression of a lead going throughout the business, okay? So Salesforce.com really only kind of addresses the first 4 steps of that life cycle, which is going from lead to meeting the lead, okay?
Before you go any further, pardon me for interrupting, I just need to slow you down just a second here, though. You know, it's pretty obvious to me some companies are more innovative than others.
Okay. So what makes you say that?
Well, I've heard that Microsoft Dynamics has come out with a new online software package that has better features, more features than NetSuite at a lower cost even.
Okay, that's very interesting you say that.
Well, that's just what I heard. I'm not saying it's true. That's just what I heard.
Yes, sir. So kind of what I'm hearing is that you're just worried that there might be a better product than ours.
That's what I heard there is. Yeah.
Okay.
I just heard they have better features, a few more features, and the cost is no higher.
Okay, that's very interesting. Whenever NetSuite has actually been around, just like I said, since 1998, and we've established a very good base of clients and a very good base of, like I said, instead of having to learn from your mistakes type thing, we've been around for a while, and we've been able to perfect our system very, very specifically. And I think that if you were to switch to NetSuite, that you'd be very satisfied. In that we have just shown that we can withstand time because we have been established since 1998. Does that satisfy your concern at all?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. So what I was talking about was the customer life cycle. And with Salesforce.com, like, they go just from the lead to meeting. We actually, CRM Plus can assist you all the way to suspect. And the very good thing about that is it not only just allows you to meet the customer but strengthens that long-term relationship. And whenever you strengthen that long-term relationship, that can give you many benefits in the future, because that can allow you to maybe have the possibility of cross-selling, or even them repurchasing your product, which long-term relationships definitely do have a great value in your business. Would you agree with that?
I have to agree. Everybody wants long-term business relationships.
Absolutely. And I believe that NetSuite could really assist you in that.
They do. By the way, I have another meeting in about 5 minutes. I can't be late for it.
Okay, great. So let's go to the last question. How to use NetSuite. Whenever you're looking at a car, you have a dashboard. Is that right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
So far, my cars have had dashboards, yes.
Okay. So what do you think of whenever you think of a dashboard?
What do I think of?
Yeah.
Just something that provides information to assist me in what I'm doing. It's
Okay.
generally the way I think
Maybe
of
it has some gauges. Maybe
they have gauges and knobs and dials and all sorts of things.
Okay. Just like your car, NetSuite also has a dashboard, which whenever you're looking here, here's the dashboard for a sales representative. And so there are many different benefits to NetSuite, but I really want to focus on the problems that you've been having with your current business, so that you can see that NetSuite can really help your company. So whenever I want to, what you said was that you've been having trouble with your time management with your sales representatives and them working harder instead of smarter. That's correct?
Yeah, that's an issue.
Okay. So whenever we're looking at that, there's actually a tab right here that says customers, and a sales representative can go to that and see the entire history of the customer. And along with that, it can see the probability of them repurchasing, the probability of them, or the probability of their leads turning into customers. And so all of this information is put into one area for the sales representative to see, and it allows them to make those smarter and those more effective and efficient decisions. So do you think that could help that problem that you've been having?
It could be helpful, yes.
Absolutely. Okay, well, great. And whenever we're looking at, or here's the another dashboard. The dashboards with NetSuite are role-based, which means that they are specified to specific roles. So this is a sales manager's dashboard, and that would allow them to oversee their sales representatives very effectively. Okay, so now that we've seen some benefits that NetSuite can offer, how about we dive into the numbers a little bit? Does that sound good?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, so we'll need to move along to that
Yes,
pretty
sir.
quickly.
We'll go as quick as we can. Should maintain your current accounts. Okay, so how much would you say an average account amount would be?
It varies, but they can be easily $700,000.
Okay, wow, that's great. Okay, and whenever we look at just throughout studies, we've seen that NetSuite can increase the amount of the amount of accounts that you can get by 2. But so how about we say that we could maintain you from losing 2 accounts? Does that sound good?
If you think that's realistic, I mean, yeah, I
Oh,
won't
absolutely.
lose any at all. So
Absolutely.
if you feel that's what it's up to, then yeah, show me those numbers.
Okay, great. So we're gonna do 700,000.
Can you guarantee I won't lose an account if I buy NetSuite?
I cannot guarantee that, but I will say that NetSuite, if it was implemented correctly, will give you the tools to effectively make great decisions that could lead to this result. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So that would be $1 million and 400.
And we'll need to move on pretty quickly.
Okay.
We're going to be out of time pretty soon.
Okay, so what would you say your contribution margin, your gross profit margin would
Roughly
be?
50%.
Okay, so that would be $700,000. So the cost for NetSuite is $1,548. How many users would you have?
It'd be 185.
Okay, so that would be $286,380. So if you were to subtract that from $700,000, you would get 413 $1,620. Now that number is the amount of money that you could have in your pocket that would be saved from not losing these accounts. Is that something that you would definitely be interested in?
Nice to have.
Absolutely. Well, great. With all of this value shown to you that NetSuite can offer you, is NetSuite something you'd be interested in investing in?
Well, not really. I'm not impressed yet. I mean, I didn't hear anything in your presentation about it made me believe it would help me retain accounts. I didn't see any evidence that it would help me do that.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be interested today at all.
Okay, I understand.
We're up against the wall on time right now. I'll tell you what, the Boudreaux will be back in town in a day or two.
Okay.
I've got your card. I'll give you a call as soon as they get back early next week, and we'll talk again.
Okay. Well, how?
Just against the wall right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry about your time. How about I call you
Okay.
and set up an appointment
All
for
right.
next week? Does that
Give a
sound
call
good?
back and do that. I'm sorry to have to rush you, but
Okay,
I
I'm
can't
so
be late for
sorry.
this meeting
Yes,
over
sir.
here. I
I'm so-
apologize.
Hey, well, have a great
Call me
day.
and we'll set something else up.
Great. Sounds good. Awesome.